So can big things come in tiny packages when it comes to mechanical puzzles? Well, that is something we're going to ask ourselves today when we solve our next puzzle, which is this little guy, this little teeny guy called Abraham's Whale from Idan Schvertz.
Too much orca. Didn't it sound a little orca-ish?
It doesn't sound orca. It sounds like nothing I've ever heard.
All right, so Abraham's Well. This is a little teeny puzzle, which is interesting because the price point isn't so teeny. The price point runs somewhere in the $450 to $500 category, depending on where you ship to. And so I was a little skeptical at first because this is quite a pricey puzzle. This is actually this designer's very first puzzle as well. And so, of course, I was not sure what to expect. So today we're going to find out whether or not you can pack a lot of puzzle into a little box like this. So the reviews that I originally saw about this puzzle spoke very highly about it, and that it's a sequential discovery puzzle, that they pack a whole lot of stuff into this tiny form factor. And as you can see here, it's a limited edition puzzle. It's Abraham's Whale, 57 out of 100, and the creator, which is Idan Schvertz, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that name correctly. I'm so bad with names, guys. Please forgive me if I ever butcher any of your names. But anyway, Abraham's Well, which is an interesting title because I guess it's a playoff of Abraham's Well, which is another puzzle by Brian Young. This was not what I believe it was originally called when we first bought it. I think it was also called Free the Willy, which may have just come off as off color, maybe. So I don't know why they changed it to Abraham's Whale. But anyway, here's what the puzzle comes with. This crinkled up piece of paper here, and it has hints with a piece of tape over the hints. So we're gonna try our darndest not to look at those. But the goal is to release the whale. Do not shake, love it. Do not hit, love it. Do not use force, love it. No banging, great. No tapping. Well, let's not get crazy. Do not use external tools, and do not force tools or fingers into the whale pool. So there's a whole whale pool inside of this. So early on, what we can see is there's a combination lock, four number combination lock, which I'm not going to find out just by random guessing, and so I'm not going to even try. So I'm not sure if, like, for instance, I don't think it could be. I mean, you can program these locks once you get them off. So it could be that it's 57 out of 100. So I guess what would that be? 0057. So let's just try that just to get that. Nope, that is not it. Out of 100, so let's try 100. Okay, there's 100. Nope, that's not it either. Let's see. All right, so let's look at what other markings we can see. So we have a little bottom here that has a little, looks like an arrow, and it's little slats here with an arrow there. Oh, and I noticed, actually, I'm gonna have to grab my flashlight because I'm seeing some stuff here that I'm not sure you'll be able to see on screen, but like right there. See it there? See that little pin right, is it there? Right there, see that little pin? So there's a little, looks like a brass pin in there. All right, and then we have a hole here, which looks like it's some sort of hex screw. But we have a little hole here. It looks like it's for some sort of hex tool. We have a hole here that looks like there's a hex tool involved. Little black hole there that I can't see in. And then a little hole there that looks like there's some sort of brass rod in there. Don't know what that is yet. So really, there's no clues as to whether I can get this combination lock off, so I'm wondering whether or not I can. Okay, so one of the things I notice is that, look at that, there's like some sort of spring-loaded component to this little brass rod that's holding the lock on. Let's see if I can, okay, so. One of the things I notice here is this moves. This little thing here moves back and forth. So I'm wondering if this actually can come out, and that's how I open the box. But I'm not sure I can get that out with my fingers. I think I have to use a tool. Oh, maybe this comes out when you turn it? I don't know. Well, doesn't seem to do much. All right. So how are we gonna find this combination? Maybe I missed something in the instructions. Let's see. No. All right, I don't know. It's late. It's already late, and I've spent already probably a good half hour trying to figure out what to do with this lock. I can feel that this is springy right here. This is definitely springy, but I've not been able to do anything by pushing and pulling, and I've tried like turning things with my fingers, but I'm not sure that that's the way it's supposed to work. This obviously can come out, but I think I need an extra tool to actually push it out of the way, unless I want to cheat and just grab something from the kitchen. Guys, I think I'm gonna have to take one of the hints. I know, please don't be disappointed in me. I mean, I really want to figure this out, but I can't even get past the first step. I mean, there's nothing on here that says anything about a combination. I don't see any things in fours. I really don't know. I mean, Abraham's whale, is that a clue? Who's Abraham? And why does he have a whale? Maybe it's, no, whale is 4 letters, but that wouldn't fit in there. All right, so we're gonna have to take one of the hints. Hopefully this doesn't ruin it too much. Okay, so number 1, hints. Movie for lock. Movie, I'm gonna close this back up so I don't find mistakes. See anything else? Movie for lock. Movie for lock. Movie about Abraham's whale. Movie for lock. There was the original name that was like Free the Willy. That's from Free Willy's a movie. And it's about a whale. But he changed the name. That would make no sense. Why would you change the name if that's a whole clue on how to get in? Because Abraham's Well has nothing to do with that movie. But what is that movie? If it is Free Willy, F-R-E-E, no, that they can't make that in numbers that would fit on here. Could be the year. I have no clue what year that was. I'm assuming I get to look that up. All right, so I looked it up, and the movie came out in 1993. So we're gonna try that and see if that's, I don't know what else it would be. That's a movie. Guys, that's a bit ridiculous. I mean, how the heck was I supposed to know that without a hint? How was I supposed to know that? That kind of pisses me off a little bit, because I spent so much time, and that was something so easy that if they had kept that Free the Willy thing on there, I might have gotten that a lot sooner. Anyway, I'm being crabby because it's late, and I don't like when there's steps in a puzzle where there's no way for you to figure it out. Had I not remembered what the original kind of few names that they were thinking about were, I don't think I would have been able to even get this, even with that hint, if I did not know that. Who would have thought of Abraham's Whale, the movie, being Free Willy? I don't know, maybe everybody but me. Anyway, let's move past that. Maybe that's the only step that I don't like. The good news is that this little thing here is a perfect tool to see if I can push this thing out. And look at that, comes out just like I thought it would. So it looks like this is gonna come straight up then. That was pretty easy. All right, and look how nice this is. There's 2 little holes there. And here are those magnets they were talking about. So that must be the big one, that must be the small one, and there's little places for them right there. I wonder if these are tools. No? All right, so I don't know if those are tools. Let's see. So this is aluminum, so I'm assuming that there's not too much magnetic in the aluminum itself. But let's see if there's any, let's see if this is magnetic at all. Oh, these are magnets, so, huh? But is this just metal? Oh, that came out. Comes right out. I'm just gonna put that aside since, but let's see if I can, I don't know if this is magnetic. Oh, well, it's sticking to something there. That could just be another magnet though. So why don't I use this magnet to see whether or not there's other magnets? Oh, obviously there is. There's one strong one right there, right underneath this one here. Let's see, and it sticks there. So there must be one in this area here. I think it's all the same magnet. And then we got one here, it looks like. So something's here. Oh, and there's a hole there and a hole here. Let's look in that hole and see if I can determine what's in there. Okay, so it looks, I don't know if that's visible, but it looks like there's some sort of hex shaped thing in there, and then this one has like a little pin. Oh. So this one has like a little pin that moves back and forth that looks like, let me see if I should not be able to put this all the way in on this side, see? But if I move it this way, now it goes all the way in. So that pin somehow works into all this. And then, okay, so there's a pin on both sides. When you move it on this side, there's nothing, but on this side, there's some sort of hex-shaped something in there. Do I use this to help get it out? And do I push this down? What does this do? Push and twist. I'm not really sure. I'm supposed to, oh, that pin's in the way. Make sure it's like this, otherwise. Oh, interesting. So the pin was kind of stuck over this little hex shape, but when I pushed the magnet down, it let it go. So I'm thinking this magnet actually might be able to help me to get something out. Oh, I can actually see all the way down to this hole here. So this is hollow, so I'm assuming maybe I need something to help push it out from the bottom. Oh, somehow this started to come out. Ah, there's like a little tool there. Oh, do I stick that in here? I can't tell. It looks like it might be a little bit closer. I am not sure if I'm even doing anything. Like maybe there's nothing in there. It's just, maybe I'm supposed to stick something in there and turn it. But I don't see any other tools. Now I have this one. It looks like it has a hex shape. So I'm wondering if I need to use that, because there's a couple of pieces that have hex shapes as well. And so I'm wondering if this is like a Allen wrench or something that I need to get out, but it seems like it's not wanting to come out. Okay, so I am not having any luck getting this thing out. It says no tapping, but I feel like I should tap. Because it's like right there, but it's not coming out. I'm wondering what I'm doing wrong. Okay, I'm not able to get anything out of there, so let's work on the other parts. Okay, so obviously these magnets attract. And it says on the instructions, It is advisable to put the small magnet back in its place only with the same tool you took it out. Okay, so there's a tool to take it out of here. Maybe it's this one. Seems like whatever's holding that in is stronger than this magnet. Or this magnet. All right, so I don't think we need, oh, maybe we could use this to turn this. Okay, maybe, I mean, maybe these I can use. That seems to be turning it. I have a feeling though that that's not intentional. Because I think what's ever in there would match this, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just in case I'm wrong. Because this obviously is working and it's not an external tool. So if I'm cheating, I don't know it. I feel like I'm cheating a little bit, but you know what? If the mechanics of the puzzle don't allow me to get that tool, hopefully that means that it's not a tool or I don't need to get it, because this is obviously coming out. Look at that, it's unscrewing. So I'm just gonna go with it. Let's see, can I get it out? It's pretty loose, so I'm assuming that was meant to be easy. Oh, looks like that definitely is magnetic, but this is just metal, so I'm gonna stick that there. Let's take a look at it. It's just a little hex bolt, so I don't think we can use that for anything else. And there's, oh, ooh, where'd that come from? Oh, okay, so that was a little hidden tool in there. Okay, so what can I use this for? Oh, if it's in these little holes. I don't know if that means anything. It's not fitting there. It's in here. And then this fits in here. And oh, this is spring loaded. Looks like it moves this pin here up and down. And then there's like an underside that looks like it has a hex thing in there. So I'm wondering if I use this. Yeah, they're connected. Ah, okay. Interesting. See that little pin down there? The arrow's pointing to this hole, and when I put the thing in there and I push this down, you can see there's, it's hard to see. It's very small, as this is a very small puzzle. But as I turn this, a hole inside of this brass pin here has revealed itself. And so it looks like when I'm pushing down, oh, it's not all the way open. There we go, that should do it. So when it's all the way open here, I should be able to get this brass pin out. Oh, look at that. This came out as well. Oh, I guess this was holding that in. Ah, so that was going through here and holding it in. Okay. And there's our whale. Now, we haven't freed him yet. Obviously, he's still in the pool. We're not supposed to put tools or our fingers in there, so we have to figure out a way to get him out. Okay. Well, I'm assuming that this little brass rod on the bottom is part of it. So let's see if we can... Am I not doing this right? Maybe I was wrong. I mean, it seems like every indicator is saying this should work, because there's an arrow there and you can line up, you can actually get the brass pin when you hold it upside down. The brass pin kind of lays in the middle here and then you just tilt it and it goes that direction, but I am, oh, there it goes. Okay, just need a little bit of twist and it came out, and so I have this little brass rod now. All right, and so not sure exactly what to do with this. I do know that I got an email from the puzzle designer saying not to put the brass rod in any of the holes under here. So I'm assuming it's this one, because this one doesn't look like it would go anywhere because there's a thing in there, but I'm assuming it's not to put this one in there, which frankly I really want to do, because if I can get that out, I could probably use this to push that out with this, but I'm afraid to do that. so I'm not going to. I don't want to brick the puzzle, which is, I think, a very big possibility if I try to do things that I'm not supposed to. I mean, maybe this doesn't come out, but I'm trying to think why, because it's obvious that there's nothing in this side, and this one has that shape. So I'm wondering if maybe it's just a switch that I just need to have it pushed up and down. I don't know. All right, so we need to, so we got the pin out. So the pin could go in here maybe. Okay, it fits right in there. Let's see if it comes out. Okay, it comes out good. So it fits right in there. Let's see, maybe if I push that in a little bit. Okay, there's a spring. You can feel it. There's a spring there. So what the spring does, so maybe this is the tool that takes out the magnet. So there's quite a strong repelling magnet there. Let's take the other side so that it sticks there. Oh, well, look at that. I left that magnet on the side there. Look at this, when I push the brass rod down, it moves. So whatever, either metal or magnet in there, which it's definitely a magnet because it repels on the other side, it's moving when I push it down. So the real question is, how do I use that? So maybe if I push this down, it moves the magnet further away. And so it's easier to pull it out. No, this is too weak. So this magnet is too weak to get this one out. Use this one. Let's try that. It's stronger, but it's not coming out either. Maybe the power is combined. I don't know. It seems like this is what I should use because and get down into there. Actually touch the other magnet. Use both at the same time, maybe. It worked. Ah, so okay. I guess I should know this as a scientist, but I don't. Maybe magnets, when you put them together, become stronger. I mean, that makes sense, right? So, well, we got this little one out. We're gonna put that in there, and then put this big one in here. And now what do we do? So we got the brass rod out. How do we free Willy? Let's see. I'm assuming we need this small magnet for something. Do not force tools or fingers in the whale pool. Okay, it says force tools. So is it forcing? Oh, okay, so it looks like the little whale figure is slightly magnetic or attracted to this magnet. I'm wondering if I can somehow pull, like I'm not supposed to put my fingers in there, but I'm wondering if, oh, I forgot that was in there. I'm wondering if somehow I can pull up, like if I could get that to hook around, if I could pull up on this little rod here. 'Cause I'm, you know what? Let's put that back in. No, I can't quite grasp that either. Ah, maybe that's what this hole is for other than for the lock. Because you can like use it as a handle to pull up maybe. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. There you go, look at that. That's actually pretty cool. All right, so it looks like something's keeping it. It obviously moves. See that? Something's keeping it in there pretty firm. So the sides of this magnet are not doing anything. I'm wondering though if the poles would. I think the magnet unlocked something. Because look, you can pull it out like that now. So, but it won't let me pull it all the way out. You can see the bar. See the bar stuck in there? Oh, wait a second here. Pull that up. Oh, this is gonna hurt to hold. Where's my flashlight? And let's see. Oh, it's so bright. Yes! So, there is this little tiny rod at the bottom there. Let me get this out so you guys can see that. You can see that this rod here, this little one that the charm is connected to, so this magnet unlocks the pull so I can pull it up. But right here where this hole is, when I lift it up, there's another hole that's aligned with this pole here. So my thought is, if I put this back in, and then use this as a little grabby tool, right? So if I put that down like that, and pull this out, pull the pull out, so you can feel that this revolves, this rod here. I just need to find a way to get it up and then get it to fall out. There's a hole there. You can see that small metal rod through the hole. So I just gotta figure out a way to. So one of the things about being such a small puzzle is that it's really hard to do anything because my fingers are big. And I'm sure that he's designed for that because he does say not to stick your or jam your fingers and force them in, probably for this very reason, because it's not required. I mean, you can use these other tools, so it's not required for you to force tools or your fingers in there. But like, for instance, now I have no clue how to get this little one out without sticking another tool down in there. Seems like it should just fall right out. But that's what I thought about this thing too. Obviously my judgment doesn't count for much with this particular puzzle. There he goes. I did tap it a little bit. Let me see, did I break the rules? It says no tapping. I tapped it. I'm sorry. Look, something's gotta give. I gotta get this whale out. And it's not coming out by itself, so. Okay, so maybe now, so see, it's stuck up because I think that little pin is now holding it in place because it's out slightly. One thing is I can't figure out how to get the rest of it out. So maybe, well, now I can't get this big one out because this little one's holding it in place. So looks like I have to get the little rod out. I'm just gonna keep tapping. Oh, it's coming out. See that? See that? Let's get closer. See that? It's coming out. Yeah. There you go. And there it is. We have freed the whale. We have freed Willie, since apparently that's what this is really supposed to be called. It's kind of cute. It's a little charm, a little whale charm. It's very small, but it's quite nice. Anyhow, all right, so that's the puzzle. So now we just got to get it back in there, which I've got a feeling is going to be a chore. But let's see if we can do it. Okay, so as I'm resetting the puzzle, first off, that was a chore trying to get that wheel back on that little thing, but I decided I need to know if this thing is a thing. And so I'm not going to put the brass rod in there because it says not to do that in the email, but I'll push with that. See, look, it does come out. And it is a hex screw or a hex Allen wrench, see? But why was it not coming out, I wonder? Let me see if I can see down in there. you can see all the way through to the bottom where this hole is, and so I guess it's a little off-centered. So I'm assuming that that's so that you can use this to push up and get it going, but I think you kind of need something extra to get it. It says not to put it in there, but I can't imagine how else to get this out. So this would have made it so much easier to unscrew that thing, although it wasn't that difficult. If you guys solve this or know somebody who has solved it and know how I'm supposed to get this Allen wrench out without cheating using a little paper clip, let me know. There you go, everyone. That was fun. Frustrating, but fun. So all in all, this is a well-made puzzle. It's substantial in its weight. It's not substantial in size, but I will say there's a lot of cool steps that were built into this. For a first puzzle, it's definitely fun to look at. It's a fun theme. I like the fact that there's a whale pool inside here that we could, and a little cage that we could take out and see the whale. And I liked all of the way that it's laid out. I like the functionality of the puzzle. I just wish it was less fiddly, because then when it's fiddly like that, you're like, am I doing it wrong, or is it just because it's fiddly? Just like when we were trying to get the brass pin out, that hole, we were doing it right, it's just ever so slightly off, so it wasn't coming out. I guess that's all part of solving a puzzle, but I'm a little disappointed with the fact that there's no way I could have gotten this, the lock, this particular step, there's no way to get past unless you have a more logical way to know how to open it. The year of a movie that isn't even on here on the instructions or anything. So I would say change that. Really just the combination and then the not being able to get the Allen key out. Those kind of were some dings, but overall fun puzzle. So if you're not going to go out and grab one of these for whatever reason, whether it's cost or your fingers are too fat like mine to get into these little spaces, I hope that you enjoyed solving it through my eyes. And until next time, I will see you later. Goodbye for now.